This is one of my new pickups, and it's of the DC animated movie Justice League War. The movie came out in 2014. I think on DVD. Well, when I saw it, I know when I sit around, it was on DVD. Now, I actually thought that I had this in my collection because I've got quite a lot of DC animated movies. Obviously, not all of them, but I thought I had it, and then I realised that I didn't. Because that I didn't. So somebody was talking about it. I was watching a YouTube video, funny enough, and they were talking about Justice League War, and I saw one or two clips of it, and I thought, right, this seems interesting. Let me check to see if I've actually got it, and I thought I did, and that's when I didn't realize that I never had it. So I looked on this site called Music Magpies, which sometimes sell new items, but a lot of the time they're second hand. And I managed to find this for $2.99, and there was only a couple of copies left. And then at the time when I saw it, I was still searching around to double check that I never actually owned this, and I didn't. So thankfully, I ordered it, and then obviously it took a few days for it to arrive, and I was kind of worried about I was basically worried about that it wasn't going to turn up and it was going to get lost, and then if I had to order another one, it would be gone. And then it arrived on Tuesday afternoon. Now, one of the funny things about this Blu-ray, when you kind of actually look at it, is that, as I've mentioned, is that I got this from Music Magpie, but you can see the sticker clearly says exclusively only at HMV, which when I opened it up, I was kind of surprised about. But not only that, but I was surprised that the actual Blu-ray itself was brand new, still in a cellophane. Because when I actually ordered it, it said that the copy of it was actually used, which doesn't bother me. It's used as long as the disc isn't cracked or scratched, and the general case isn't in a bad condition. So imagine my surprise, it having the HMV sticker still on it, and then it being brand new and not being second hand. So to me, that was an extra. Those two things were a extra bonus. According to this thing here, when I'm reading it, because I don't want to kind of read the plot of the thing. The actual team itself was actually based on this. It's a adaptation of the Justice League Origin by Geoff Johns and Jim Lee. And it says that this is the first story in DC's 2011 DC relaunch, which was directed by Jay Olivier and directed by Heath Corson, and it is the 18th movie of the DC Universe animated original movies, and the second in the DC animated movie universe. Now, I think this is kind of based on the New 52. Because looking at the actual costumes, it kind of looks like it kind of is. I could be wrong. Again, I haven't seen the actual movie, and the Justice League team, in this consists of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Cyborg, and Shazam. And it also says here that a standalone sequel, Justice League: Throne of Atlantis, was released in January 2015, which I actually do own that. So that's that's great. The film also begins a story arc which is revisited in the reign of the Superman, which I do have, and then it says concludes in Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, which I don't think I've actually got. And again, as I thought, I've never watched this movie before, so I am looking forward to actually watching it. According to what I've read up in it, I think in America it did come with a digital copy, whereas poor us in the UK and Europe, we've been deprived of that, which tends to happen a lot with Blu-ray releases. We don't tend to get a lot of digital copies anymore of movies, which is kind of a shame, because sometimes you just want to take the movie on the go if you've got a laptop or an iPad or a mobile device. So as you can see here, still in its cellophane, and it's still got the sticker on there, which is kind of funny. I'm trying to read it again. Let me see if I can put it to the screen so you can read it, because I can't. I've got problems with my eyes at the moment. So maybe you might be able to make it out. I'm trying to see what the special feature says here. It says special features. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take out the plastic, and maybe it might be a little bit easier to read. I'm not expecting any artwork on the disc, because they just keep their Blu-ray disc blue. So I'm not really kind of expecting anything fancy, if any fancy artwork. Let's see if we can open this up. And there we go there. So you got to take a closer look of the front of the Blu-ray case, and then you've got the back. It says here the movie is, I don't think it's too long actually. It's 79 minutes, or it's 80 on here. So I'm trying to read what it says here. Right, we might be able to read it here. Might be able to. It says, a time when heroes became legends. The origin of the Justice League based... Yeah, I was right. It says here, the origin of the Justice League based on the DC Comics, the New 52. In Gotham City, I don't know what it says here, a mysterious figure and silent guardian known as the Batman, while battling crime in a growing distrust, he faces injustice of the night alone. So I can't read the rest of it because it's too kind of well, I don't know why they put the writing so small. But what I can try and read out the special features. Exclusively on Blu-ray, creating the heroes, the life and art of Jim Lee, one of my favourite artists. The Justice League War Act from animatic to pencil tests from the DC Vault, a vintage cartoons, which they always do in the movies, where they put a couple of vintage DC animated episodes in there. It could be anything from Batman to Superman. It could be anything. Plus deconstructing the war with Jay Oliver and Jim Lee, and a sneak peek at the DC Universe's next animated movie, The Son of Batman, which I think I own. So that's kind of pretty cool. Yeah, as usual, you get the blue disc, which is what they tend to do, and then you got continue your journey into the DC universe. Injustice 2, Wonder Woman, The Flash, which we know is ending, and Batman Gotham by Gaslight, which is another animated series that animated movie that I need to own. And also you got all the DC related stuff when it comes to Funko Pops, animated movies, the classic Flash series, and the video games and the Arrowverse, which we know is pretty much ending now. So obviously that's the advertisement for the first Aquaman movie. So there we have it there. I kind of knew I was right with this being based on the New 52. I'm glad I managed to get that right. So anyway, as before, I haven't watched the movie yet, so I can't do a objective review on the actual movie, but maybe I will do at some point when I get around to watching it. But yeah, I'm really glad I managed to find it at this cheap price, because I remember years ago it was available on DVD. It was available on DVD, but it was quite expensive. But you know, sometimes you have to be patient in getting bargains or getting the particular things that you want. So you know, finally got it. Anyway, feel free to like and to share this video, because it helps find my channel on YouTube, because of obviously the YouTube algorithm is only not working for us small time YouTubers, so it's having to advertise my new videos, whether or not you already subscribed to me already, or via social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter, when I am uploaded a new video. So you know, that will really help in sharing and liking my videos, because that would help me to expand my audience and, you know, grow my channel. And if you already haven't, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care, bye for now, and stay safe.